I have a special video for you guys because we're going to be speaking about Catherine McBroom and her past. A lot of people are confused when it comes to Catherine's past because did she grow up in Canada? Did she grow up in the States? But today we have someone who knew Catherine personally back in the day and were even kind of friends. And today we're joined by my friend Cece Suarez, aka Chelsea, and she's got a YouTube channel where she does a lot of anti-MLM content, some commentary, scams, all of that good stuff. She's got such a great channel. Definitely go and support her and subscribe. Check her out. Tell her I sent you there because I am obsessed with her channel and meeting her in person has been unreal. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay guys, I am so excited to introduce you guys to my friend Chelsea. She is a fellow YouTuber and you guys can go and check out her channel in the link below or click the little tag on the screen. But today I'm joined by Chelsea and we're gonna be talking a little bit about the Ace family, which you guys know we cover the Ace family on my channel. And when I met up with Chelsea, she was like, you know what? Like, I grew up around like Catherine McBroom. You went to high school together in Florida. We're currently in Florida at the moment. And I thought it would be cool to talk a little bit about her experience with Catherine and just in general. Because there have been rumors about Catherine in the past and certain things. And I feel like it's hard to gauge what their, upbringing would have been like. Honestly, I thought she grew up in Canada. So to hear that she was in Florida, like back and forth, like she must have moved around.
Yeah, well, because her parents are divorced, and so I'm pretty sure she lived up in Canada with him, and I think her dad got remarried or something. She would always talk about that, and how her dad was like always in another country. Like for a while, he was living in China, and and I mean, she's very well traveled. She speaks a bunch of different languages. She's really smart. A lot of people don't realize, but she keeps quiet. I think that's part of the facade, or I know it is, but. Yeah, we went to not elementary, 7th grade and 8th grade together, and so middle school, and then high school as well, and sat right next to each other. We were good friends, and then I went to boarding school, and then I came back, and so then
she was still there when you came back?
Yeah, and so I mean my husband's met her too. I mean she's always been super, back then, super nice to us. Obviously, like I said on my channel, I haven't talked to her in like 10 years, but it's a lot. And
it's not like Catherine's like some evil person. We're not over here like, oh my gosh, Catherine used to bully and beat me up and stuff.
Oh, no.
There are a few things I want to talk about, like maybe a little bit of the Taz Angel stuff, but before we get to that, you guys were friendly in school, and was she like kind of a popular person, I guess? Like, would you consider?
Were
you?
Yeah.
You were? I was not. I was bullied.
I mean, I was bullied, but that was just, girls bullied me because I had big boobs. And now looking back, I'm like, how are you, what? Yeah, that's really the only reason I was ever bullied. But no, I mean, I would say, I feel weird if you, like, someone's like, oh, were you popular? I feel like you always have to be like, no!
Yeah, I guess so.
But no, I mean, I had a lot of friends, and I was good friends with her as well. We were pretty good friends, and she was always super, super nice, and she had this one really annoying boyfriend. But I think her being quiet, people took it as her being, dumb, but I don't think she's dumb. I do think she's smart, but I just think she has like such a bland personality.
Yeah.
That.
Oh my gosh, really? Just like one of those like flatline, like.
Yeah.
Kardashian-esque.
Yeah, kind of like Courtney, but less funny. Because Courtney's still funny and like has her fun side. Like I feel like Catherine's very just bland.
It's interesting. Like I feel like Catherine, in like sense of like the Ace family, she's as guilty as Austin is when it comes to scams, everything that they're doing, and like I don't know, I think a lot of people like put it more on Austin than her. I think she's also a little bit of a mastermind because you guys know she had her skincare line, and that was an absolute mess. I don't even know how it's going nowadays. Like
she's holding it hostage.
Yeah.
Yeah, she locked the investors or the partners basically out of it, and that's so dumb. I don't think they're very smart business wise, but I think that happens a lot of times with YouTubers. I mean, even look at Jaclyn Hill. I mean, other type of influencers. We were talking about it the other day. It's like we don't know how to like run certain businesses and stuff. Like we know certain things, but it's a learning curve. And so I think people run a business like an influencer and not like a businesswoman or a businessman, right? So I think that's kind of like a learning curve for them. But what's so up is that their audience are primarily children, and they're the ones who are being scammed, and it's just real icky, and it's not cute. But I agree, I think she's just as guilty, but I think she keeps going with it, and like will keep going with it because now the kids are involved and she's going to protect her kids at like all costs. Not protect them, I mean she's exploiting them, but like financially, I mean like she is going to try to like keep it going for them.
And there, honestly, there's no doubt in my mind that they love their children, I'm sure. It's just the toxic YouTube culture of people exploiting children and things like that. So you've grown up in Tampa, right? So
Tampa, South Tampa.
And then so was she around here, do you know, after high school time, or?
Yeah, so there were a bunch of us that like didn't go off to college and like would just take classes here at like a community college or, you know, a college like right around the corner. That's not right around the corner, but like a bigger one here too. And I didn't go off, and then neither did she, but she was doing modeling jobs, and actual modeling jobs, not the Miami modeling, not the Miami model. We'll talk about that. But no, she was doing like certain like fashion shows and like runway stuff, print stuff, and kind of like doing like a local influencer type thing before that was really
Is she even tall enough to be a model? Like, I don't know why I imagine her really short.
She's not really short. I'd say she's like an inch or two taller than me. She's like 5'5", 5'6", I would think. Yeah. So
like I made a video about Catherine where like we really went into her past and stuff, and like obviously we've seen that she's been like with is it Michael B. Jordan? Like, oh my gosh, so hot.
Those jet ski pictures.
Oh my gosh, those are iconic, low key.
I would've.
Yeah. And like there's pictures of her like with Justin Bieber, with Taz Angels. And if you guys don't know who Taz Angels are, pretty much the guy who produced the song My Back, My Crack. You know that song?
I know about your crack, yeah.
When he produced that song, Taz did. Did you know that? That's how he made all of his money. And then he hired girlfriends to pretty much live in his home and to like pimp them out to other people, like his friends and stuff.
Yikes.
And then she at one point was associated with them, like pictures and things like that. I don't think she fully was like living in the home and like, I was gonna say something worse, but I'll say his muse. There's definitely rumors about her kind of being like a groupie. Yeah,
so down there was obviously like that group, and that concept was like really the first era, let's say that was like the first era of that. But then it kind of evolved, and it was more like, oh, hot ass Instagram models. Like, so you have an agent or someone, and they're, you know, they are going to be the in-between between, you know, you and the famous people. So if I was some hot ass, which I am a hot ass, but if I was like that and I was down in Miami and, you know, this agent person got a call from Justin Bieber and his management, and they were like, yeah, we're going to be here. We need like
five bad.
Yeah, we need like 5 bad to come hang out at this house, like for this pool day or something. Because think about it, they don't have and not to justify it, which doesn't matter, sex work is real work, but they don't have the time to, you know, meet all these people out, and they want these people to be vetted, they want them to be okay with signing NDAs. So it was more of like an official thing rather than like the creepy Taz, whatever the hell his name is, that thing.
And did you like, was this kind of like the talk of the town? Like people just kind of knew? Did you like see it on social media? Did you have like mutual friends that kind of like, how did you like? Yeah,
I mean, we all knew like what was going on down there, but I mean, I think it was kind of just like, yeah, I mean, she's living like her best life down there, I guess. So my brother's ex-girlfriend, her best friend moved down there to do modeling as well, and was Catherine's roommate. And not gonna say her name or anything, but she is super nice.
Was Catherine's roommate, like living in Miami together?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, she was super sweet, love her to death. I hope she's doing so well. But I remember when she finally got out of her contract, like her modeling contract, and she couldn't say anything about it, but she like literally did like a video on Instagram or like a post like ripping it up, and she was very like, there was more to it than it's just a modeling contract. So I'm thinking what happened, and this was like what a lot of people thought, is that other girls went down there thinking like, oh, I'm actually going to be like a model and live this life, and not realizing like, oh, this is actually escorting. And if you don't do that, then they're not going to get you jobs, which sucks, you know, going into it. And obviously that's really unethical and messed up. If you don't want to be an escort, you shouldn't have to be able to get
be a model. It's like redefining what a model is.
Exactly.
So there's definitely no doubt in my mind that she was like allegedly out here in the streets, especially when you see these pictures of her with these like big time celebrities and everything. So.
Oh, she wasn't out here in these streets. She was up there in the penthouse.
Yeah, in the penthouse.
Yeah.
True. But at least she did it right, I guess.
I think she is very smart. But I mean, and people think like, oh, you're justifying it, and you know, you're making an excuse for it. And it's like, no, I'm not saying it's not unethical. It is what she's doing. But I also think she is smart.
Yeah.
To, you know, feed into the, oh, I'm just a quiet, hot mom that likes to take pictures of rainbow reflections and scare you about
and talk
5G.
About
Crazy.
Talk about spirits and everything.
Yeah, while letting Austin make a fool of himself. I don't know how she's attracted to him. He's disgusting.
I used to think he was not cute, but I kind of think he's attractive now. I know it's so bad. Every time I say that to someone, it's the same thing as like Pete Davidson. Some people, you either think he's hot or you don't.
Yeah.
I think he's hot.
I think he's so hot. I've always thought he is. Though.
I have two. Actually, I liked him better before the tattoos, though. All the tattoos were too much. And the girlfriend one, like, my girl's a lawyer. She's not even a lawyer, right? Like.
No, she passed the baby bar. She just has to pass the baby bar now. Yeah.
Oh, see, I remember when she failed it, but I never heard that she passed it. Guess you never hear the good news, you know?
I mean, we'll wait until April 14th when it's on Hulu.
Yeah, true. I'm excited for that. So, is there anything you necessarily want, like, you would, like, any story times or anything you would want to add? Like, I mean, I think that's kind of like the gist of it. Like, I think, like, a lot of people don't understand where she's come from because it is all misconstrued. If you were to read online, like, it does say, like, oh, she was in Canada, she was in Mexico, she was in all these different places, maybe it's because her dad's job, but she was in South Florida for a good amount of her. Yeah,
she really was. And like, I had someone comment on my video last week when I made a video about their fire festival. Yeah. They were like, oh, you're lying. She, you know, lived in Canada her whole life and she just recently came to America. And I'm like, first of all, that's absolutely false. Like, you clearly don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, her mom lived down here. Her mom had a salon. We pass it all the time, and now
is it still here?
So it's a different.
Someone bought it over or something.
Something. So it's.
Do you remember what it was called or anything, or no?
Her mom's name is Dina, and that's public information. I'm not doxing anyone, but yeah, it's like not Faces by Dina, something by Dina, and it was great location, super cute, and yeah, I mean, she lived here, and I'm pretty sure, like I said, with her mom, and we went to middle school and high school together. She was always super nice and funny, and her boyfriend in high school had the worst breath I've ever experienced in my life.
Tell me about him. Like, boyfriend in high school, I feel like, well, I guess that's like normal.
We were freshmen, and he was a junior, and the guy that I liked as well was like his best friend. Mm-hmm. And so like during lunchtime, they had the same lunch period.
Oh, didn't you have the same lunch as her as well, right?
Yeah, so we were always together. And like always like hanging out with them or whatnot, and none of our other friends had that lunch period, so it was just me and her together every day. And then we had a science class right after it together, and so we like obviously sat right next to each other in that class too, because we were the only people that were friends in that class. But yeah, we always cheated, and the TA always gave us the answers to all the homework and the quizzes and stuff, because he was obsessed with us.
Love that.
Yeah, his name's Craig. He's weird, but it's fine. He's nice.
Oh my gosh. Also, it's interesting you both are like doing YouTube, you know? I mean, obviously she's like next level, but
I wouldn't even compare myself to her.
Hey, whatever.
Oh,
we're still on the same website.
You know what? We are. I am doing the exact opposite of her though, and exposing scammers. Yeah, which is tough. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, their whole, like, they just said they're going to quit recently, and I don't think they're going to quit. Like, what are you talking about, you know? Like, no, and I talked about this before. I don't know why they keep doing all of these scams and stuff, because, like, we know how much money people make from YouTube, and they make at least $100,000 a month. They have to. Yeah, they have to. So it's crazy to me that they're still doing all these scams, and it's like, for what?
Yeah.
Is it to just keep themselves relevant? I mean, that would be smart.
I guess so. It's also, though, like, I don't know, there's this one YouTuber named, Flora, oh no, what is it again? Anyways, great YouTuber, but she's the best at like pulling documents and all these things. And she said there's 2 things that are gonna happen this year, like 2 really big things that she's been keeping her eyes on. I don't know what it's gonna be. I think it's gonna, like, I've heard that it's gonna be like some type of investigation of like better business, you know what I mean, like that type of stuff. So I don't know what it's gonna be, but I have a feeling that like their past is gonna start really catching up, like these scams and everything. Yeah. Every time I think about the Ace Club, have you ever heard of that? They had the website. They literally had on the website that they would give someone $10,000, a vacation, a home. Yep. None of that ever happened. And these people were paying like $20 a month, like more than Netflix, to have this Ace Club that had nothing on it.
And was that the same one, or was that a different one there, that it was like a workshop? And
no, that was different. So that was like
that was the one before.
Yeah, and like they even Yeah, they partnered with the same people for Ace Club for the workshop at first, and then they got like screwed over by those same people.
And that's the famous sound clip.
Yeah,
you guys got scammed.
Yeah, you guys got scammed because we got scammed. Blah blah blah.
Oh my god, what an idiot.
Yeah, in that class, I actually like bought the like cheapest version of the class just like look at it.
That's what Drew Gooden did too, and he made a video about it, and his video was so funny about it. But I hate when they're like, oh, I can teach you how to do this and that. You don't have. Listen to me. You don't have to pay money to learn how to do any of this. Google it, look it up, watch videos. They're out there. Like that's so dumb. You don't need to do that. And a YouTuber isn't going to be able to tell you exactly how to do something and then you're going to get 1 billion subscribers and become a millionaire. Yeah. Like even me being on your channel, love that so much. Love you. Thank you. But if I'm not creating great content on my channel, or if people just don't like me, I'm not for everyone. I'm annoying.
Yeah.
But if I'm creating good content, then okay, they might subscribe.
Well, that's nice that she was kind. I mean, it would have been like so like tragic if you came on. She was the nastiest bully. She
spit in my face once and kicked my dog. No, she was always super nice. She hung out with a lot of girls who were, you know, a little bit more quiet. I don't want to say that because people think that like, oh, well, she must have been the most popular girl in high school because she was so beautiful. She was known as like one of the most beautiful humans like in South Tampa or like at Plant High School.
It's easy to have work done.
Yeah.
I've had my own nose job. Like it's, you know, we all get little things and stuff.
There's
but
nothing
like,
wrong with it.
No, not at all. But like, when I was looking for pictures of her like old nose, like there weren't a lot on there.
Do you want me to send you pictures from my yearbook?
I mean, do you think though that she looks the same?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's, you can definitely tell when someone has had, at least I can, being someone who like loves all that, right? I love injectables, clearly. But also, I've had Botox once and there's no more left in my face. So her mother's beautiful, she is beautiful, and she always has been. She's always had those high, beautiful apple cheeks, her beautiful complexion, like. And someone the other day on one of my live streams was like, oh, she's not pretty. And I'm like, who are you lying to?
Yeah.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, she's always been, I feel like she's always looked like that. I have pictures, it's in a scrapbook. We did like a twin day for Spirit Week in 8th grade. And there's a picture of her and Christina, who was her best friend in middle school and basically through high school. They're dressed the same.
Do you know if they're still friends?
Probably
not. Right?
I don't think so. I don't think she's really friends with really anyone from her past life.
She's like leveled up now.
Listen, I don't blame her.
Yeah.
We're boring. But yeah, I mean, there's a picture of her from there, and then in my scrapbook, so I can send you that picture to include, and then also like yearbook pictures too. There's this one picture of me and her. We took a selfie before like selfies were a thing in 2005, and we're like by the vending machines at lunchtime because I remember I had just gotten. For my 15th birthday, the Sony Cyber Shot. It was the silver one, and I thought I was so cool. And so we took a picture, and we're wearing like kind of like matching like Hollister like zip up like jackets, and it was one of my favorite pictures. We looked so cute. But yeah, I mean, I think she looks essentially the same. I mean, yeah, she's had a bit of work done, but I think it's been done well, honestly.
She looks great, and that's the thing too. Like, I don't think this video is like a hit piece, a hate piece. Like. People can be wrong and do bad things, but also be decently good people and like, you know, kind. And it's just, I don't know. A lot of people, I'm sure you get this too. A lot of people, when we talk about them on our channel, is like they assume that we automatically hate them so much. Like, oh, you must really hate the Ace family, blah, blah. I don't hate the Ace family. I love the Ace family. You know what? Like, I cannot sit here and talk about them all the time if I hated someone. If I actually hated something, I don't address it. Like, that stresses me out, you know?
Yeah, I think it's that we hate the behavior, or even like a certain someone that we're having lunch with today. I had a bunch of people message me and be like, oh my God, I can't believe you. And I'm like, guys, it's professional. Like, or like on the other end of that, just because I talk about someone or I mention them or I tag them in something or I interview them and have lunch with them, it doesn't mean we're best friends. It doesn't mean I approve of all their behaviors. Like, this is the industry, this is work. So
yeah, exactly. And I don't know, even like I feel like when it comes to the Ace family, when I say like I like them, like whatever, I love the Ace family, like I also, there's different parts of them. Like I love the fact, I don't love that they scam people and screw them over, but the fact that we're able to like put things together and unpackage it and read like legal documents and figure it out, like I love that stuff. And they just give it. So I'm like,
so I think it's better to say we're fascinated by them, or
and interested
and entertained, rather than like, I love them, because God forbid someone take that sound clip of like, we love the A family.
I know, and then they're all I actually was watching like Ready to Glare, and she made a video about their like the festival thing, and I think she genuinely doesn't like them. Like when I was watching her video, I was like, girl, I can tell you hate them. But
I think when you're doing deep dives and stuff, you have to at least remain more composed. And sure, like it's obviously better to lead with facts, but that's what I find, like when I did a video about Shannon Rose, or any other person, like Rachel Hollis, any other person I've done it with, it's better to just be like, to seem unbiased or like come off unbiased, because then people who do like them, that is who the content is for, right? That's who we're trying to help. Not like that.
Then it's reasonable for them, then they can rationalize what you're saying, because it's not like a hate piece. It's not, unfair. And I think you've been really fair about Catherine and just sharing like, what you've known about her. I do think that like there's some like, I would love to understand a little bit more about her early, like before she became like a celebrity, like when she was hanging out with these celebrities and stuff. I still don't understand like how do you get to that point where you're like in the in crowd, but like, I guess living in Miami and stuff, it's a lot easier.
Yeah,
right?
And then also once you get into with like the escorting stuff, and this is all alleged and speculation, don't sue me. Yeah, but I think it's interesting because once you, I mean, we kind of get it. I mean, if I don't like someone, or get the ick from them. I've been saying that phrase a lot, get the ick. Then I'm not really inclined to like work with them or hang out with them, or like for instance, I like you, so I'm gonna let you go to you for stuff more, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of like that, how you trust someone, you've signed all the paperwork already, they're hot, like they're not gonna be like blasting it all over social media.
Yeah.
And she didn't really have a social media presence at all.
Do you think back in the day, did you like follow her and stuff, because you all were like from the same town, so you like mutuals and stuff?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I followed her, Tony followed her, like I talked to her a little bit, and whenever she was in town, I remember this one time. We were at the mall and we were about to walk out, and then her and her roommate, the one that I was also friends with, they were walking into the mall, and I remember it was so cute, and like genuine. She got so excited when she saw me and Tony.
Yeah.
And I remember afterwards he was like, she was so nice. I was like, I know, she was so sweet. And like she was like, oh yeah, we're going to Forever 21, and I was like, we'll go with you. So we all were just like shopping together and stuff, and I think she genuinely is a very sweet human, but I think this is a great example of what can happen when not only like fame goes to your head, but money especially, but then also once you get like stuck in it. You know?
Exactly. And like YouTube's like an interesting place, because like a lot of us are initially driven by creating content, and then a lot of times like they become, more business oriented, and that's when the scams can start happening and stuff. And like, I can totally see like Austin's switch in particular, to where he's like, yeah, the content's like fine, but we got this wrestling, we got this thing, we got that, got this festival. Like, what the hell is that going to be like?
It's a carnival. Whenever they were talking about it, they're like, there's going to be animals, and I was like, let's be honest, y'all got a few, like y'all called the carnies, and then you are going to get a petting zoo. Like I could host the same thing essentially. I
have no idea where it's at, what it's going to be like.
No one does.
It's so weird. I signed up for the text thing, so as soon as they text, I'm going to
So they're going to sell your information to all of these companies.
Literally, probably. I'm already getting spam calls all the time.
But I think that is really what it may be more about.
Like a data collection
Well, because that industry itself is a lot. Like selling people's addresses and sending these mass lists to like call centers in like Jamaica. Like that's like they buy these mass lists of phone numbers, so that they might be doing that too.
And they collect everything. Like I was looking at when I did my video on it, I looked at the terms and stuff. They collect even interest. They said they collect your interest. What? How are you gonna even know what I'm interested in just from texting? I don't know if they track anything. Maybe they look at what your numbers compare in other websites, or I don't know, shoppings or something.
Better not accept those cookies.
Right? Don't accept the cookies.
Don't accept those cookies.
Okay, well, thank you so much for coming on my channel. Go and subscribe to her channel. Definitely go and check it out. She's up and coming. You're literally gonna hit 100K this year. We're 100% manifesting it.
I hope that's my one of my goals this year is that.
Well, thank you guys so much. Check out her channel. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. This was more of a chill, hanging out, talking video. Did you enjoy this? Let me know below, and I'll see you guys in a new video soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.